Hi, I'm Haruna Lee, and I use they, them pronouns. I am the TAPS More visiting artist for fall 2020, and I am here to talk about the show, Beyond the Wound is a Portal, with my beautiful collaborators.
Hello, I'm Sheila. I use she and her pronouns, and I'm the music director for this show.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I am the choreographer for this show.
Hi, I'm Orion. My pronouns are they or he, and in this process, I'm the vocal coach and process chaplain.
The show is going to be this beautifully intimate and interactive performance ritual that will be based on this question, how do we dream beyond our wounds, and what unfolds when we access the medicine of our imagination.
The show is a co-created ritual.
The show is an exploration of what is possible when we honor both where we are right now and where we might dream of going and what we might become.
We're going to be using songs, physical movement, digital and 3D art, and writing our own performance text. And these stories will be inspired by the performer's own memories and dreams, landscapes, and any other musings that come to mind.
The show is an interactive ritual in which audience, participant, viewer, witnesses are co-creating this ritual with the performers, with the guides, with students who are stepping into their work around generating this question for all of us to enter. What happens when we dream beyond our wounds?
This collaboration or co-liberation is an opportunity for us to bring our bravest selves as humans and as artists to the transformation toward collective healing that we know in our blood and our bones is possible.
My hope for the audience experience is that they are invited into our space that we've created, into the piece itself. This is because I feel like I have been seeing a lot of theater on Zoom, and it just, it feels like a movie. And I want to create that feeling, that live, visceral feeling of theater. I want that to translate to the audience. So I'm imagining all these different layers, and for the audience, really stepping through different portals to tell a story.
Obviously, we won't get to be all together in a room in the same way that a typical theater rehearsal process might. And also, as much as it can be easy to feel that as a limitation, I know for myself and the whole team is really excited to learn with you and feel into what gorgeous possibilities do exist in the forms that we have available to us.
I know that we're in this moment where art making feels confined and limited, and we're in a space where we feel like all of our tools are gone. And the truth is that by creating a space like we're creating here in this rehearsal process, we get to not only be at the very precipice of what community art making is, but we also get to be involved in real time co-creation of what it is that we need to be making as artists in this moment.
The goal of this rehearsal process, I think, is to dive headfirst into the unknown, all the while creating a sense of community and really coming to understand the culture of our making and the process we want to be involved in. I hope that there's so much unearthing throughout the rehearsal, and of course, so much joy.
We invite you to bring your whole selves to this rehearsal process and to this process of creating something new together. Your grief, your anger, your sadness, and your joy, and your hope, and your silliness, and your willingness to be foolish and have a lot of fun with us together.
Choreography in this show is an exciting challenge. We will be meeting it from many different entry points. I think about choreography as an invitation to our witness participants. How are we inviting them into their bodies and to move? I also think about choreography over Zoom, the process with you, with students. How are we going to make dance over Zoom? I can't wait to find out. I also think, and I'm very excited to think about how digital choreography, dance for camera, we are inside of a multimodal choreography experience. So I also want to invite us to begin to think about what is dance on Zoom and how can we use it in a way that doesn't force dance into the framework of this digital space, but instead uses it and invites it to come alive.
One way we're going to be exploring movement in this piece is through 3D design. We've been talking with Matt Romine, who is our digital designer, and he is imagining these 3D avatars. So avatars that would be our performers in 3D space, 3D versions of themselves. So we'll really be delving into alongside Sarah and you all figuring out how these avatars are moving through these fantastical 3D spaces.
In this show, we're going to be devising music together, and some of what that looks like we're also going to be discovering together, because most pieces of theater don't work this way, and most pieces of musical theater don't work this way. Our goal is to co-create as much of the music as possible, pulling inspiration directly from primarily the text of the piece as that is developed. And my job will be to help facilitate that really robust exploration and generation, and then to help shape those ideas into singable, playable, repeatable music. And so our amazing team together, plus our performers, are going to create some badass music, and we don't know what it's going to look like yet.
Music in this show will be first and foremost flowing from you. And I believe so strongly that there's no such thing as good or bad singing, only free or less free. And also that our collective healing and liberation needs all of our voices, especially those that have been told to be silent, be quiet, or that you should sound a certain way. And I believe that everyone has melodies within them. And I really love accompanying folks as a sort of melody doula. So any words that are flowing from you, from your body, from your voice, I'm really excited to walk alongside you, along with Sheila and Sarah, to find what wants to flow.
If you have a voice and you want to try to do something different with it than your a cappella group or whatever musical you were hoping to do this year, then we would really love to jam with you. So come play with us.
If something about this project stirs you or taps something in you and you feel curious and drawn here, we would love to engage with you here.
If you are craving a space for connection and co-creating the world that we know is possible and that we need to begin creating today, please join us.
If you're anything like me and really unearthing and reckoning with yourself and this world during this time, I invite you to come join us and this team. This is the space to unpack and be in process together. Let's make art